Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy. Welcome back to another episode of the Cambridge City Council and School Committee Meet the Candidate series. Our next guest this morning is Cathie Zusy. She is running for Cambridge City Council. She is a first-time candidate. Please welcome to the show the one and only Cathie Zusy. Hello, Cathie. How are you today?
Yeah, hey, Jimmy, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's just tell folks a little bit about yourself, some of your background, how long have you lived in Cambridge, and why are you running for Cambridge School Committee?
Such good questions. I have lived in Cambridgeport for 28 years. I've been civically engaged for 25 years. Most people know me for my work at Magazine Beach Park, revitalizing that 17-acre park, restoring St. Augustine's African Orthodox Church and an important Afro-Caribbean center. For my work, initiating an open space campaign for the city that resulted in the city updating its open space plan, for organizing and developing, for creating with public artist Ross Miller, If This House Could Talk, and most recently, helping to expand our local news. I'm on the Cambridge News Matters Advisory Board, and I also lead the Peter Valentine Art House Advisory Board. We're working with Justice Start to preserve his fence and legacy.
Wow, Cathie, you've been busy.
I have been busy.
So why are you running for Cambridge School? Why are you running for Cambridge City Council?
Because through all this work, I've developed many community relationships. I have developed relationships with city staff, with other organizations outside of the city, like Eversource, MassDOT, the Department of Conservation and Recreation. I think all these partnerships will be useful as a city councilor. Also, I have a proven record of getting things done, and I feel as if there is so much that we must do together. And my collaborative style and persistence and ability to connect the dots make a difference.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, what are your top three priorities? First of all, what is Cambridge doing well? And what do you think we need help with?
Well, we're doing a lot many things well. And what I love about Cambridge is we have such a kind heart, right? We have a kind heart and we are always trying to do the right thing. So I feel like the city's really trying to move forward with transparency, with their open meeting portal, making meetings available to us all, with their city updates, by having all these community outreach workers, they've been trying to build more affordable, they have been building a lot of affordable housing and are committed to continuing to build affordable housing. And I think it's great they're developing the bike lanes, though I will tell you they need some tweaking. I feel like environmentally, we've been leaders in the state, and the city's done a great job developing parks and maintaining our parks. And I don't know if you've seen the new Triangle Park or Senate Park. They are spectacular, the new Tim Toomey Park. I'm a little worried about Linear Park. Things to be improved upon are they need to listen better. Neighbors have important things to say. They are the users of the city, and they should be used as a resource for refining policy and design for our community. With the bike lanes, clearly all stakeholders weren't engaged. We must have safe bike lanes. I'm completely committed to that. But currently there are problems with congestion. Retailers don't have access to their loading zones. There's a lot more congestion. Drivers don't know which way to look. So the city needs to sort of receive all that constructive criticism, analyze it, and then use it to make better bike lanes. It should be used to improve the bike lanes. We need to celebrate our distinctive neighborhoods and build housing within our neighborhood context. I do think we could have a tower here or there. Usually you put towers where there are other towers, like at Kendall, Alewife Quad. At Central Square, we have a few towers. So I think we could have an affordable housing tower at the Central Square Library. But generally, we want to build within neighborhood context, and we want to engage neighbors and not block them from giving feedback, because even pesky neighbors can have good ideas. Um, and then we need to be proactive in citing open space, and we need to have the courage to implement plans. We have so many plans, but we never implement them. And we need to plan for our infrastructure for the future.
Wow. So if you were so fortunate to be elected, what would your top 3 to 5 priorities be?
Well, respecting neighborhoods. First of all, I think we need to build housing, plant trees, create open spaces that fits within their context.
Mm-hmm.
We need to engage residents. I truly believe in the brilliance of Cambridge. Our residents have great ideas, and many of them feel unheard. We need to use arts and recreation in our community centers to connect our communities. With climate change, there will only be more stressors, and we've got to build community, and we've got to look after one another. We need to plan ahead, and that means planning for infrastructure. That's not just utilities, electricity, and water and sewer, but that's also, we need to plan for schools, playgrounds, open spaces, libraries, childcare. All those things are essential to a healthy community. And we need to provide opportunity for all residents. So that means that we need to have great schools. We need to have great after schools. We need to do job training. We need to provide services that will lift all of our residents.
Mm-hmm. Do you see the schools well, first of all, what organizations, if any, have endorsed your candidacy?
The Cambridge Civic Coalition and the Cambridge Voters for Good Government have endorsed my candidacy.
Mm-hmm. And when you mention the schools, some other candidates have mentioned this as well. Do you support more of an interface with the Cambridge City Council and the Cambridge School Committee / Cambridge Public Schools? Right now, it's the mayor primarily that is the representative of the council. And is that something you would encourage or be willing to take more of a look at, or would something be in favor of more interface with the school committee?
Jimmy, I'd really have to think about that. That's not an issue I've really considered, because I was told by Fred Fantini that they're separated, and that this currently the city council only votes on the budget. We're paying $37,000 per pupil. I know not all students are learning. I know our middle schools need attention. I know our school buildings, many of them aren't in good shape. So I'd really have to reflect on what the council's role should be, if it should be different with the schools. But education is the ticket out of poverty, and the schools must work. So I am committed to improving our schools. Right. Anyway, I'll think more about that one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not an official policy. A couple of people have mentioned it, that they would like to see more interface, and it's more in the idea stage right now, rather than any hard and fast proposal on the table. But I was just curious because you mentioned the schools. And tell me, you mentioned a lot about community involvement, and I think it's a challenging thing. How do you, let's just say, where do you live, on Magazine?
I'm off of Magazine on Hamilton Street.
Okay. So like, if you're going to, you want to do something on Magazine Street, you're like, when you were working on the Magazine Beach thing, did you then flyer in the area to let people know, or did you go by email blast, or how did you get, or did you get 1,000 people to 500 people to be involved, to even know about some of the improvements you were trying to make at Magazine Beach, as an example, not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, almost 1,500 people are on my Magazine Beach list. So we did that by flyering, by organizing programs. We organized over 100 programs, even, before Mass Audubon came. That was one of the ways we were bringing visibility to the park. We did surveys, we did interviews, we did.
So you did your due diligence.
Oh my gosh, yes. We really wanted to hear what the community's concept was for the park. And then we've realized it. I mean, they wanted the Powder Magazine to be a center for nature, community, and art. And that is exactly what it is. And people love it. Yeah, so that is what I will be doing as a city councilor.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Are you open to the suggestions? Because a lot of people go, okay, we're going to have, let's just say hypothetically, the magazine thing is going to be community center for nature and art. That's your idea. But what if 100 people go, oh, no, we need a concession stand there. It needs to be, it needs to be selling, whatever. Are you open to that flexibility that your preconceived notions might not be what the 1,500 people you addressed, we might not be on the same wavelength?
Yes, I am. And I will tell you that food, along with art,
Yeah.
recreation, and food, those are the music, arts is part of the arts, but
Right.
that's what brings people together.
Mm-hmm.
Many had wanted more food at the Powder magazine.
Yeah.
It's not there, but Mass Audubon has been bringing in food trucks. So that need has been accommodated, and there may be more food in the future. But I think, I believe in the brilliance of the people. There's so many smart people here, and they have good ideas. And I actually would challenge them to help to recommend places for affordable housing. Almost everyone I talk to realizes we need to build more housing. So why not engage them in helping to cite, like, where would it be in your neighborhood, and where should open spaces be?
Mm-hmm. Great, because that's important. So you're not coming there with a preconceived agenda and then you can dismiss what they say. Perfect. So Cathie, please give us a closing statement, why people should vote for you, and how can they find out more about you?
Okay. Go to votezusy.org for more information about me. Please vote Zusy number 1 for city council. I promise I will listen, do my homework, work tirelessly and collaboratively with you and for you for a better Cambridge. I'm a proven leader, and I look forward to serving you.
Thank you so much. And it's Cathie Zusy, voteCathieSusy.com.
It's votezusy.org.
Oh, sorry. VoteSusy.org. That's VOT. I want to brag, but I went to Cambridge Public Schools too. Vote, VOTE, Zusy, ZUSY. Is that correct? VoteSusy.org. See how well the Cambridge Public Schools did even in 1970?
Remarkable. And if all graduates could have such a great sense of humor.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck on the campaign trail. We will see you on the circuit. Cathie Zusy, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.